Here we are. Welcome back to the channel, and this time we're looking at a daily race from last week at Red Atlanta GR4 cars. It's the first race I've had actually in probably about about 4 weeks. But love Red Atlanta, and I love these GR4 cars. So you know what, we'll give it a go. We managed to qualify a decent lap actually. I think we're about 30th in the world. Straight back onto it, but started in P2 for what ended up being quite a good little thrilling race, to be honest. Really excited for this one. We've got Scotty in P3, the Spaniard in P4 is also quite quick. So as we start the race, P2 now, it's going to warm these tyres up again. I've not been really rusty on this. I've not been racing for about 4 weeks. Done a couple of track guides, but a couple of hot laps. But actual racing, not done much in about 4 weeks. So first lap, always just try and keep with them, no silly mistakes. As you can see, we've got the pressure on straight away. Got the grit guy in front. This track really easy to get penalties, especially down this bit here. You run wide on this left hand bend at the end. I'll just show you now, just here. If you get slightly wide on this one, two wheels on the right hand side, you will get a penalty. Really easy to get them on this track. So cold tyres, first lap, full of fuel, always difficult to navigate. But the plan here is just to stick with them, just to say, you know, we're not leaving the guys behind, but also we're not being left either. So run onto the straight for the first time. Now we're in a good position here. He decides to go defensive quite early. We've got Scotty behind us as well. Literally we've got 2 tenths to the car in front, 2 tenths to the car behind. So he goes defensive, and I kind of thought, well, you know what, it's only 5 laps, I've got to go for a move. So I saw the little dummy on the right hand side, and as soon as he kinked to right, I went left straight away. Look, dived down the inside, just about managing to get it stopped. Park it right in the apex, there's no chance he can get back past. But a good move there for P1. We'll have another look at that again. So we're coming down the straight. Like I say, Scotty behind us, with a big train of cars there. We had to make this move, otherwise we're in danger of getting nailed ourselves. So little kink to the right there. As soon as he kinks right, I go left, almost 2 wheels on the grass. Little dive down the inside, just about stopping it, nowhere for him to go. Parking it right in the apex, nice and clean. And that's the end of lap 1. So we managed to get a decent first lap, to be honest. First one, a bit rusty, but like I say, you know, once a racer, always a racer. If there's a gap, you've got to go for it. So purple sector, purple time, 1:32.6 first lap. So again, now we're in front. Now it's pressure, 4 laps to go, including this one. And we can't afford to make any silly mistakes, any penalties, any half-second penalties, and that's it, it's game over. You know, I mean, you can see the cars in the background there, everyone is so tight, the times are really close. The GR4 cars and GR4 racing, always really close. You're talking a couple of tenths of a second. Sometimes you're looking about half a second between 1st and 16th, it is that close. So setting purple sectors, just keep it nice and clean. I think make a slight mistake coming to this right-hander. Just a little bit wide there. Look, it compromises our exit onto the straight, which it's a really long straight, so that corner is really important, but obviously we messed that up. We've got 2 tenths of a second behind. You can see the gap closing, so I'm staying right, and I think I decided to go defensive because he's right in our slip, and I know that because we had a little dive on the lap before he's going to go, so I stay left. I'm not going to make a mistake of going right. Stay left, go really defensive, brake as late as we can. Again, missing the apex slightly, but parking it right on the apex, so there's nowhere for him to go. But again, we'll have another look at that. And this is not just about attacking, but racing is also part of defensive driving as well. So, you know, you can defend while being clean. You can see stay on the inside there, braked really late, just parking it right on the apex. Look, so there's nowhere for him to go. You can see behind that yellow car actually makes 2 places there. So great driving by the Spaniard there. P4 up into P2, look, right behind us. So come across the line. I think not particularly fast lap because of all the battling we've been doing, but the Spaniard sets the fastest lap, 26.1, and he's looking quick. We raced this guy before, and he's looking quick. So again, nice and clean. Going over the curb there, it's just about keeping it on the track. Too much curb there, the wheels come off, and back end wanted to let go, but we managed to keep it going. So he's right behind us again. You know, I mean, look at the gap. I think has not been bigger than about 2 or 3 tenths of a second for the race so far. You're going purple, which is good. The pace is looking quite good, quite strong. But again, I've always seemed to have gone well round Atlanta. Always like the track, love the flow of it. Like I said, really difficult to, when you're pushing, to get a really clean lap with all these penalties. You've seen makes a slight mistake behind and he goes wide. 2 wheels on the grass, that gives us a bit of breathing space, and the gap now is going up to, well, so not even 4 tenths, but 3.5 tenths of a second. But you can see the power of the slipstream when, you know, 2 wheels on the grass, and we got a really good exit out of that one. And that, at the end of the straight, I mean, look at him right on us again. You know, 2 tenths, 1 tenth of a second, right on us. So we know if we're coming towards the end of the race and we are still in first place, we need at least 3 tenths of a second. Otherwise, he's going to right on us. He's going to make a move down that straight. So we just hit the fastest lap of the race. We're going to skip forward a lap. So you can see now the fastest lap is a 25.6. We go across the line for 25.5, setting the fastest lap, and then the Spaniard behind set to 25.4. So this is like literally tenths of a second. The pace is so strong, so quick. So this is it, last lap. Again, he's 3 tenths of a second behind. He's just at the fastest lap of the race, so the pressure is on. One silly mistake and it's game over. So this is it, sweaty palms time. First race back after 4 weeks. I really wanted this win, really needed this win, just to get back into the swing of things again. But almost getting a penalty on the left hand side there, right on the edge, but setting the purple sector by 1.5 tenths. So we're absolutely flying at the minute. The gap's gone to 4 tenths. This is exactly what we needed. We needed about 3 or 4 tenths. Second class going again, not quite getting it right. He's right there, but the gap we're looking at now is 4 tenths. So I'm thinking we're safe. We should be safe at the end. With the slipstream, we might gain a couple of tenths of a second, but we should be okay. So you can see I'm weaving left and right just to try and break that slip, but he's having none of it. He's right behind us. Bit of a bad exit on that one, so we've lost a bit of time there, but you can see 2 tenths now. He's gained 2 tenths of a second, so braking a little bit earlier than I normally would, just to make sure we make the apex, don't go wide. And that's the last chicane, and that is it. We go across the line, last corner for the win. 2 tenths of a second, absolutely fantastic race. Good to get back into the swing of things. If you like that, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Plenty more races and action from Gran Turismo 7, but brilliant guys. Thanks for joining us. Take care. Laters.